Is there another team off the radar that isn't on that picture?
I think Oklahoma. They have a couple losses, obviously. And then Wisconsin, who also has a couple losses, but will have a chance to play against Ohio State or Michigan in the Big Ten Championship, possibly.
Darius Geis, we talked about the speed of Fournette. This guy's no slouch. Geis takes it to the house. Touchdown LSU, 94 yards.
Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of Tigers Roar. I'm Tommy Kryson along with Jordy Holtberg. That was Darius Geis, the longest.
How many yards?
The announcer wasn't watching the game. The longest scoring play from scrimmage in LSU football history, 96 yards. Darius Geis to the house. What a play.
This is going to be blasphemous.
What? Oh, no.
Leonard Fournette's a great player. He's going to be a great pro. I enjoy watching Geis run better. I enjoy him more.
He's healthier. Let's say that.
But Leonard's like Herschel Walker. Shortest point from one point to one point is a straight line, and that's where he goes. Geis, boom, 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 boom. Well, he jukes and jives. He looks like, man, he kind of looks like Barry Sanders to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I like him. I think he's terrific.
Also, we have the, there we go. We have the turkey from Tremonti's.
It is that season.
Sprinkle spice that's going to be on display tonight. It's making me hungry. It's going to make you hungry. And
smell of vision, baby.
Everybody needs to get all of that ordered at Tremonti's for Thanksgiving.
751-7665. They have fried, rotisserie, smoked. They've got all the fixings and trimmings, the carrot souffle. Unbelievable. The spinach madeleine. The rice dressing. They've got it all ready for you.
And we're going to tell you a lot about Tremonti's tonight, no question about that. And again, I emphasize this unbelievable sprinkle spice. I put it on my egg sandwich this morning for breakfast. How about that? That stuff is good on anything.
Is that blasphemous for me to say that about Darius Geis?
No. And
I enjoy the way he runs.
You're not the first person I've heard say that. I've heard people say he's better. Okay. Leonard Fournette has not been healthy 100% at any point this year,
I'm not saying
even
that.
in the Wisconsin game.
I am not saying he's better.
And I think Fournette will have a successful NFL career. I think he'll be a first-round draft choice. So will Darius Geis. Yeah. But Geis, I'll say this, I think he's a bit more explosive
he gets
in
that
the
hole
first
in a
couple of steps, okay, which is the key in the NFL because that hole's not there long. Yeah. You got to get through it. By the way, I'm going to see how well you know your LSU football. And I only know this because I looked it up.
You hate it?
Do this. Yeah. So should I not do it?
No, you can do it. I'll fail miserably. But look, again, Geis has that type of style that gives you a longer career because he makes people miss, and they don't get direct head-on shots. Leonard kind of boom. Okay, go ahead. Make me embarrassed.
96 yards, the longest scoring play from scrimmage. It doesn't count a punt return or a kick return. 96 yards for LSU. Two running backs, one in the 30s, one in the 50s. I don't even remember their names. Went 94 yards. The longest touchdown pass in LSU football history is 94 yards. And might you know who did that? And I'll say this, I'm blindsiding him. I only know because I looked it up today.
94. Okay, the Bluegrass Miracle was 80, so that's not it.
And I will tell you, it's quite recent.
Quite recent.
It's since 2000. I'll throw that hint at you.
Jamarcus Russell to, I don't know.
Nope. Anthony Jennings to Traven Durrell against Sam Houston State.
Go figure.
2014.
Hey, none of that, because Eddie Kennison returned like 101 yards.
Wasn't that a punt?
That was a kickoff.
When he went back in Mississippi State?
Nope. Well, he did that, but he also returned a kickoff for a touchdown. And I thought it was over 100 yards against Nick Saban in Michigan State in the Independence Bowl on a cold, cold night.
You were there?
Because Michigan State just returned a kickoff prior to that.
And then he went.
And they kicked off to us, and Kennison took it back. So what's good for you is good for the so anyway.
There you go. So,
but they're both terrific.
Yeah, we got to get you ready, set for LSU, Florida. Leonard Fournette is expected to play. I don't think he'll be 100%.
No way.
He has admitted that. He wants to play. Final home game of the season.
Fournette finale.
Somebody said he should stay in college. I don't think that's going to happen. So it's senior day.
Sorry, but that's laughable.
Fans need to get out there, get in the seats. There'll be a presentation before the game, and the kickoff's at 12 noon.
Do you realize how many players are going to be leaving this team? And how many junior eligibles are going to be? I mean, there's a ton.
If you count that, it's going to be 24.
Oh, yeah.
Because there are 18, 19 seniors. There's a question about the one guy, Thompson, who hadn't played all year, trying to get a 6th year of eligibility, which sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. It's about like the College Football Playoff Committee. It's kind of silly. But anyway, and then, of course, the big question that was posed to Coach Orgeron on Monday, do you honor some of the juniors who you know aren't coming back? Clemson did that earlier this year. They had some juniors who they know aren't going to come back, and they included them in the senior day thing. Coach Orgeron admittedly didn't know the policy at LSU. If in fact that
I don't think they've done that before.
I don't think they have, and I don't think they.
I don't think they will.
Yeah, I think you stick with, if it's senior day, you're a senior.
Don't take away from those that have been there.
Then, that takes away from the actual senior if all of a sudden junior A, B, and C come running out there. So that's just a personal opinion, and I don't know. There's been some talk that one of the juniors may have one of the seniors may have one of the juniors walk with them or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've heard some of that too. So we'll see.
Where do you hear all this stuff, man?
Huh?
Where do you hear all this stuff?
On the grapevine. I listen to Buddy Sanjay. I hear everything.
Oh God.
The Bud Man.
Jeez.
Oh, he's nervous. He's nervous.
God.
You know, whatever. And we'll get this off the table right now. All the coach talk. You know, Jimbo Fisher was asked
Jimbo, leave us alone.
Earlier
I cannot help you get the job, okay? I can't help you.
Thank you, Jimbo, for that call. But we saw his comments. That's what he's got to say. That's what he's going to say.
Of course.
And believe it or not, it's escalating a lot now on, names of who it might be. Should it be Coach Ed Orgeron or not? And, I think you got to let these 2 games play, something you said weeks ago. I think if both games or LSU wins, I don't see how you don't give it to Ed Orgeron. He goes
to the Sugar Bowl.
And you go to the Sugar Bowl? How many?
But they got to make the decision, obviously, before the Sugar Bowl. But look. I sound like Brian Lazar. Look.
We calling out everybody tonight.
You
better be on have your ears on. We may get you next, whoever you are.
Les Miles was let go for the obvious reason, lack of an offense. So obviously, when you do that, you're looking for an offensive-minded coach. Ed Orgeron is a defensive coach, so he is battling that stigma first and foremost, regardless if he wins all the games or not. Now, he's going to have to, if he does, he's going to have to prove to Joe Oliva and whoever else is in Joe Oliva's camp to make this decision that he has got 3 or 4 people that he can line up as an offensive coordinator, and he's going to have to show them the game plan to beat Alabama. Because if you don't beat Alabama, you don't go to Atlanta. If you don't go to Atlanta, your chances of getting to the Final Four are slim to none, and maybe slim is halfway out the door. That's what he's going to have to do. Jimbo Fisher, on the other hand, checks off every box you want. National championship coach, check. ACC title coach, 3 times, check. Coached at LSU, check. Coached under and learned from the best in the business, Nick Saban, check. Offensive mind, check. Gets quarterbacks to the NFL, check. He checks all the boxes. But as someone told me today, family issues.
There are some family issues.
He has a child that has special needs and is taken very well care of in Tallahassee. But as my analyst told me, FSU is a good job. It's a top 12, 15 job. LSU is a top 5 job. And one of the main increments that favors LSU is you're able to pay your assistant coaches a lot of money so that they don't want to leave. Whereas other schools, that's what Brett Bielema, why he left Wisconsin to go to Arkansas. That's one of the things that Nick Saban was fighting at Michigan State. So there's a lot of things there. It just depends on what Joe Oliva is looking for in the head coach. It's his decision.
Yeah.
I think it's a 2-horse race unless there's but check with me after Thursday night because Houston plays Louisville. And if Houston beats Louisville, Tom Herman's name is going back up again.
Well, a lot of speculation, a lot of stuff flying around. Hey, let's tell you what we're going to have on the program here tonight. You're going to hear from Coach Orgeron. You're going to hear from Florida Gator coach Jim McElwain. We got a half dozen or more LSU players that we got interviews with. Some of those interviews conducted by Ronnie Rance after the win over Arkansas. We got a little bit of New Orleans Saints, a little bit of Johnny Jones, the hardwood. 2-0. Play North Florida on Friday night.
They're going to be a fun team to watch. I don't know how many games they're going to win. It's too early to tell, but you can see there's more chemistry. There's more fire. There's more energy. Johnny's much more, and I think that's some of that Ben's. And I'm not railing on Ben Simmons, but it's a good thing he is where he is, and LSU basketball is where they are.
That he's not there.
Yes.
Okay, we'll say it that way.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll take a run through the state, run through the LSU athletic department. We'll have the Louisiana Sports Writers Association Players of the Week, and a bunch of other stuff we'll talk to you about. New Orleans Saints, what a way to lose, huh? In 50 years, is that the most unique way to lose?
That's right up there. Yeah. Unbelievable.
You think he stepped out of bounds?
They need to do a new rule. If the out-of-bounds boundaries are white, you cannot wear white shoes.
They're not going to do that.
They need to. Why can't they? Why can't they?
This is what I go by.
Are you going to do the sidelines with pink border?
Well, no.
Okay, so you can't wear white shoes.
Well, that may be a rule. But here's what I go by, and this is something I judge.
Why did he run that wide anyway?
This is something I use to judge a lot of things like that in sports. You look at the natural reaction of people around. And when that guy's foot allegedly hit that boundary, there are 7 or 8 people on the Saints sideline pointing right down at his foot because they don't care about him running. They're looking to see if he stepped out.
Right.
And there's no way that 7 or 8 of them said, okay, when he gets to the whatever yard line it is, let's all point. They didn't orchestrate that.
That's right.
So it's just like a lot of times you see that fumble and that guy's scrambling for it because he knows he fumbled it. Okay, they know. Or in baseball, the guy slides in the second on a stolen base, and they call him out, and he's immediately looking at the dugout, saying, do the replay, I know I'm safe. And then he's right more times
You
than
remember
not.
that Patrick Peterson interception against
Yeah, well,
Alabama?
yeah, they all knew he was in.
He was in.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Gee. All right, so we got all of that. We got Ryan Lazar of TigerBait.com. Ronnie Rance will join us as well. Plenty of good stuff for you on this week's edition of Tigers Raw. And, of course, Smell-O-Vision with the turkey from Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. In fact, we're going to take a break and come back and tell you more about Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. It's up next when we continue with Tigers Raw. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, and on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com.
Marty, you can't have any, Marty. Just leave it alone, baby. Leave it alone. Can't have it. Not yet.
We want you. Immediately after the LSU game, it's Pelican Sports post-game show with Tommy Chrysan and Buddy Sanji. We'll have reports from the stadium, statistics, and game analysis. Your phone calls and text messages are welcome. The Pelican Sports post-game show right after the LSU game on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio.
Here at Rejuva-Me Medical, we strive to accomplish a more youthful you. We specialize in the most advanced techniques of testosterone replacement therapy in men, bioidentical hormone replacement in women, IV therapy, and nutritional support along with the state-of-the-art cosmetics procedures. Experience a network of trainers and health coaches offering diet and nutritional plans tailored to you. Call us today to schedule your free consultation to discuss your individual needs and goals. Look like you live younger.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
Perkins Road Veterinary Hospital is a full-service veterinary hospital committed to your pet's health. We offer advanced diagnostic and therapeutic medical services, laser surgery, dog and cat diets, and treats, along with stress-free boarding. Dr. Ritchie sees patients for routine checkups to keep your loved ones happy, also advanced medical and surgical cases. We have separate condos for cat boarding and large climate-controlled canine boarding. Our boarding dogs get to have fun in a very large play yard several times a day. Laser therapy is a service that we offer to heal wounds and help our patients that suffer from chronic pain. Laser therapy is a wonderful adjunct treatment for neurologic and arthritic pain with no side effects. Your pets are family members and deserve the best and highest quality of care. Dr. Ritchie and his staff greatly respect the human-animal bond and are committed to exceeding your expectations.
desire in your eyes, but you can't keep it in your heart. 'Cause misery loves company. 'Cause misery loves company. Cold and hungry like a dog in the street. I get a raw deal every one.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. Beautiful views of Cypress Lake. 1, 2, 3 bedroom apartments are available. Stop by and see Cypress Lake Apartments. Give them a call at 225-293-6789 or visit online cypresslake-apartments.net.
We continue with Tigers Roar. And look, I've been talking about it. Sprinkle spice. I put it on eggs. I put it in my vegetables. Put it on steaks, chicken. It don't matter. This is on my counter. It's going on just about everything I'm cooking. It's outstanding. I highly recommend it. Tremonti, we get Marty to get a good look at the sprinkle spice there. It is really, really good stuff. All-purpose seasoning. I promise you, it's very good. You will use it, and you will use it on a lot of things. Now, Jordan.
It's Thanksgiving time. You can see the bird right here, and it smells great. It's delicious. This is a fried turkey. They do rotisserie. They do smoke. They've got everything that you need for your Thanksgiving deal. Now, they're going to be open Thanksgiving morning from 9 a.m., from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. You can get one right out of the fryer. You can get one right off the rotisserie grill. They've got everything. They've been doing it for a long, long time, over 12 years now, and that's just part of the things that they have. They've got everything that you need along with it, the carrot souffle, the spinach madeleine, the rice dressing. They've got everything you need and so much more. Daily lunch specials, their Chairman's Reserve beef, second to none, first-class spirits of the highest grade, and everything you need. It's amazing what they have in one little shop right there at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway, where Parkview Baptist School and Church meet. Airline Highway, just come down a little bit, and they're ready for you. Call them, 751-7665. Get in the queue. Order your Thanksgiving turkey now, and you'll never, ever regret it or go anywhere else again.
Tremontis.com, also lots of information there, gift cards. You know, you got the whole holiday season. It's here upon us.
Man, that's beautiful.
Oh, man, I'm telling you.
'Tis the season.
I do have a carving knife.
He does have a carving knife.
Jordan can attest to that. I brought a carving knife.
You got the electrical one.
So we can do some carving. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
That's what you do
Good
with a carving
stuff.
knife. Hey, LSU's going to look to carve up some gator. How many people are going to cook gator this weekend?
A ton.
I like blackened
A
gator.
ton.
They got a local
Now,
place.
you
that
said
has it.
something to me that, and I want people, when the times are, to listen to Ed Orgeron and just vision this,
Oh, no.
put this in your mind. You said something about Ed Orgeron and the Cookie Monster?
It's the same
Same voice?
Same voice.
Maybe Ed O used to do that. Maybe he's getting
he's
royalties.
He's moonlighting.
Getting some royalty checks. Listen to see if this is the
We
Cookie
want
Monster.
you to hear from LSU coach
Don't hate
Ed
me, Ed.
Orgeron with his comments this week.
Don't hate
leading
me,
up to the
Coach.
Florida game. Enjoy.
Tell the Truth Monday, 4-1. Really excited about the performance of our football team last Saturday night on a tough road trip. Loved our preparation all week. It was a great mindset. Coaches, players, support staff, everyone buying into it, everyone on a daily basis buying into the process. And there was a business trip. I thought our guys came prepared, ready to go. The drum started beating Friday morning at 10 o'clock, and you see in their eyes, everybody's early for the trip. Everybody's early for meetings, attentive, ready to go. We blocked out the noise. We had energy all week. We had energy right before the football game. You know, had energy on the game, all game on the sideline. Just a tremendous job by everybody involved, and I was very proud of our program. We started fast at 3 and out on defense, scored our first possession, which was great to see. Silenced the crowd a little bit. Tough, hostile environment. Love the physicality of our football team. Our guys fought very hard against a physical football team. Obviously, the difference in the game was 390 yards rushing, 381. I love the use of our run game. I love the use of Fournette and Geis. Both those guys had a tremendous game, but the blocking up front was very critical, along with our tight ends and our receivers. We won the time of possession by 10 minutes. Arkansas had been leading the SEC and was very good at that. We wanted to improve off of turnovers. We made 14 points off of turnovers, which was something that we worked on all week. We stressed on a period that we called the winning edge on Thursday. Another great job by Dave Aranda in the defense. I thought that Pete Jenkins' defensive line did a tremendous job against a very good offensive line, a very good run scheme. Those guys won the battle up front. Our linebackers tackled very well. We gave up one explosive run and gave up one explosive pass. We played for 60 minutes. I was really happy for our players at the end. There was a festive attitude. They was excited about that boot, and it was really good to see. It's a heavy trophy, and I can tell you that. Today's Tell the Truth Monday. Obviously, we have to let it go. We're going to talk about the things that we did well. We're going to talk about the things that we want to improve on, and one of the things that we want to do is finish on defense. We didn't like the last couple of drives, those big screens and stuff like that. But those things that we're going to address this week and get going, and after we meet, is going to be on to Florida. Now, we're excited. It's going to be senior day. We're excited that we're playing at home. We know that we have a great crowd, great Tiger Walk. The ex-players are going to be there. 18 or 19 seniors that did a tremendous job of leadership for this football team. They have a lot to play for. This game means a lot for them. The finish of the season means a lot for them, but we're going to focus on Game 6 of Florida Gators. Obviously, Florida's a very well-coached football team. We know about their record. We know about what they have on the line. It's not about them. It's going to be about us. They're +1 in the turnover margin. They're pro style on offense, 21, 12, and 11 personnel, 7 returning starters, averaging around 378 yards a game, 26 points. Their quarterback, Austin Appleby, I think has started for 3 games. They've had, Luke Del Rio hurt. I don't know if he's coming back or not. We expect to see Appleby. But I'm going to tell you this, they have a very good, well-coached offensive line. Mike Summers was my offensive line coach at USC. I have a lot of respect for Mike. He does a great job with the zone game and the power game. Their running backs are some really good players, hard running. They stay on track, run inside and outside zone very well. Jordan Scarlett, number 25, 617 yards, and they have speed and Callaway, their receiver. Their defense is one of the best in the country. Jeff Collins, a guy I know personally, I think he's a very young, dynamic defensive coordinator. Does a lot of good things with his defense. He's 3-4, 4-3, okay, blitz you. Their speed, they're on the edge, their attack, they're very well versed on the defensive line, a lot of stunts that come after you, they pressure the quarterback, and they have a lot of speed. In special teams, as we know, Florida will have a lot of speed. So we know it's going to be a tough game. We're going to prepare well. We're excited again that we're playing at home.
Again, it is the final home game. 19 seniors will be recognized.
Amazing.
So getting your seats and be a part of that, that's a big class nowadays.
Noontime, baby, noontime.
12 noon kickoff. First ever noon kickoff.
Part of the plan. Florida said, okay, well, we're not going to play at night.
Is that a little bit of a compliment to the LSU fans or a little acknowledgement like that place is tough at night?
No question.
So that's a compliment to you, the LSU fans. Speaking of Florida, their head coach, Jim McElwain, in his second year with the Gator program. No coach has gotten to Atlanta the first 2 years being with an SEC team.
Okay.
He's trying to accomplish that, but he must win this Saturday. And he would clinch the East if they beat LSU. If LSU beats Florida, Tennessee's got 2 games left. Missouri and Vandy. If they win both of those, Tennessee would be in Atlanta.
Good luck against Bama. Good
Atlanta
luck.
is already, Alabama's already punched their ticket for Atlanta. Here now is the head coach of the Florida Gators, Jim McElwain.
We'll see. Guys, this is obviously a big ball game. And, the team we're playing, I mean, when you look at the preseason deals with the talent they have on that roster, I think they were dubbed a team that should be playing in the playoffs, and rightfully so when you look at the roster and look at the players. And they've got a bunch of real guys now, and it's a really good football team. And we'll take our guys in there, and the ones that are able to get on the bus, we'll load up and go play. And that's what it's all about, and that's the fun part. So, we've got a work cut out for us. We've got to answer the bell, and go play like Gators. That's what it's got to be. So, impressive watching them on defense. I don't know, they've only allowed many touchdowns. Ain't many. And, they sack the quarterback, and they get after you pretty good. And then they've got some big guys that run the ball really good, with some big guys up front to block for them, and a quarterback that's playing within the system and doing a heck of a job for them. So, like I said, I think the biggest thing you see on film is those really good players are playing at a high level. So, questions?
Jordy, it's pretty much a standard for any coach to prop up the other team, praise the other team.
That's legit, though.
But Jim McElwain talking about that LSU defense, you and I have seen enough coaches' interviews together, about 60 years of them, to know that he's respecting that LSU defense. That's just not coach speak saying, oh, they really got a good roster. Oh, they're really playing well. McElwain recognizes the job that this defense has done.
No notes. He was speaking from the heart. He called Fournette and Geis thunder and lightning. Arden Key sacks the quarterback. He's 3 away. He wants to set the sack record for the seniors in the final game. He's 3 away from doing that. They've got 7 starters out, many from their defense. But they're still going to be good defensively. But I just cannot see, in the battle of former Purdue quarterbacks, that quarterback, Appleby, I just can't see them scoring against LSU's defense if LSU doesn't turn the ball over offensively.
I thought it was funny when Coach Orgeron said he needs to make a call at somebody at Purdue. Like, who let these two
Talent
guys
evaluator.
Go? Yeah, who is doing that? And I think they win and cover the spread. I'll have my score Friday on radio, but I think they win and cover the spread.
I said last week they'd win by double digits. They're going to win by bigger double digits this week.
Big double digits?
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to let you hear from a bunch of LSU football players, a couple of interviews that were conducted by Ronnie Rance after the Arkansas game. And then we got some other stuff for you, including 5 minutes with Leonard Fournette, and he talks about his career at LSU. He talks about NFL. A lot of good stuff in there. You don't want to go anywhere, as we've got more of Tigers Roar. He's Jordy Hellberg. I'm Tommy Chrysan. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, all over the world on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com. Spread the roar and stay with us.
For over 26 years, Hunt's Tire Pros has served Baton Rouge, making you, the customer, priority number one. Nationwide warranties, better prices, and excellent service are just a few ways we do just that. It starts with our hassle-free experience, where you're only sold what you need when you need it. So for quality service you can trust for generations to come, and all the great tire brands like Michelin and B.F. Goodrich, visit Hunt's Tire Pros on Greenville Springs Road or online at huntstire.com.
My name is Dr. Nicole Rogers, and I'm here in Old Metairie, Louisiana at Hair Restoration of the South, where your hair is our care. And I'd like to invite you to come and visit and discuss various options for treatment of thinning hair. These can include both medical and surgical options. You don't have to go straight to surgery. In the meantime, feel free to check out our website, hairrestorationofthesouth.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-552-8621. 800-552-8621.
We continue with Tigers Roar here. We'll remind you the original airing each week, Wednesday nights from 8 to 10. If you're catching it on a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, you have a rebroadcast going. WHNO TV Channel 20 in New Orleans, 5 p.m. Fridays. ETEL Cable System, Ascension Parish, parts of Livingston Parish, Fridays and Saturdays at 2 p.m. Of course, on Pelican Friday nights and Saturday nights. And Thursday mornings, mid-morning, we put it on YouTube. That's right, youtube.com/Pelican Broadcasting. You can watch it at your convenience.
I would say, in talking about, the College Football Playoff Committee came out with Alabama and Ohio State, Michigan and Clemson. If you take away the Les Miles part of this season, and just from Ed Orgeron, considering who they've played, how they've played them, where they've played them, I would venture to say, other than Alabama, LSU's in a clump of a bunch of other teams that are playing as good as anybody else in the country. Agree or disagree?
I agree. And they're the second best team in the Southeastern Conference.
Hands down.
Now, the Eastern Division, weak this year, having an off year, but it's still SEC football, okay? Here's one I got for you. The thought is that if LSU beats Florida and beats A&M, very good chance they're in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans.
Absolutely.
You and I are from New Orleans. Can we look up, or we can ask some of the folks in New Orleans, has there ever been a team in the Sugar Bowl who fired their coach at the end of September?
Oh, God. I can't even imagine.
And so can you imagine that you fire a coach in the end of September, yet that team ends up in the Sugar Bowl?
Quite a remarkable feat.
Give the job to Orgeron for that.
And how fitting would it be for Fournette to end his career in his hometown? And all the projectionists are calling for a rematch of the 2003 National Championship game between LSU and Oklahoma.
Wow.
Baker Mayfield and company.
It's crazy. Need Lionel Turner. Need Lionel Turner in there again.
Remember back in the first week of October, we were all sitting here going, when LSU had 2 losses, this game isn't going to matter. They don't have to play this game, LSU and Florida. Now look at it. Florida's trying to win the East. LSU's trying to go to the Sugar Bowl. So amazing how this is all unfolded. It's amazing.
So every year, in the last 12 years, we've had so many stories about LSU football, hurricanes, and flood, and all this stuff.
Crazy.
McNeese game canceled last year. I mean, it's been a roller coaster.
But it's great that this game has significance. It's great.
It really is. All right, we've got. Don't forget after the game, the Pelican Sports post game show about 3:15, 3:30. Buddy Sanjay and myself. Most importantly, your phone calls and your text messages, radio and TV. 90-minute program immediately following the game. We've got some interviews Ronnie Rance conducted after the win against Arkansas, talking about this team and several related topics as we continue to get you ready, set for the Tigers and the Gators. 12 noon in Tiger Stadium on Saturday. Here now are some comments from LSU football players.
Joining me is former LSU running back and NFL running back Jacob Hester down here in the locker room. LSU with a big victory, and they did it the way I'm sure you would like, Jacob, running the football.
Absolutely. I think this was their game plan coming in. This matchup the last couple of years about who's outrushed the other team. Last year, Arkansas ran for 299, and this year it was LSU's turn, and they ran the score up and they ran the ball when they wanted to with the wheel.
2 Tigers over 100 yards. Darius Geis went over 250, which is the second most in a single game in LSU history. That record with Charles Alexander has been broken twice in the last 3 weeks. What about Geis tonight?
He's a special back. He's a top 5 back in the country. We've talked about it in the past couple of weeks. He just happens to be behind probably the best running back in college football. So he's a special talent. He's a guy who, for that size, shouldn't be that fast. I mean, he has breakaway home run speed. He showed it tonight. 96-yard touchdown run. That is something special against the defense who held Florida to 12 rushing yards last time out. And so a special effort by not only LSU's running backs, but their offensive line, their tight ends to come back after last week.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, last week, completely shut down, 0 points. That offensive line was looked like they were playing on skates for most of the night. Tonight, a much better performance. Overall, this was a different feel. I mean, Arkansas has given LSU fits over the years, but this was total domination.
It's a great job by this coaching staff of getting these guys ready to play. Even way back when I was in school, we struggled with Arkansas no matter how good we were, how bad they were, or vice versa. It was always a tough game. This coaching staff had these guys ready to play offense, defense, special teams. So you got to give the coaches all credit for after last week. It's so tough to come back and do what they did.
Danny Etling, his talk about his play tonight. Danny didn't tear it up on the stat sheet, but threw more than 50% and managed well. I mean, I guess that's how he's got to play, right?
Yeah, I thought he was extremely composed. I thought he was great in the pocket. The first 3 games, that's what Danny Etling was so good at, was being good in the pocket, stepping up. Last week he got away from that. He was a little shaky in the pocket. This week back to who he was the first 3 games, and I thought he had a great game. Like you said, he didn't tear the stat sheet up, but he made the plays when he had to make them, and he didn't make a mistake.
Most people around the country expect that if LSU goes 6-1 down the stretch, that Coach Ed Ogeron's probably going to end up getting this job. 1 down after post-Alabama, 2 to go against 2 backup quarterbacks. You're going to face a backup quarterback in Florida and a backup quarterback at Texas A&M. So LSU got a chance here to run the table.
This was the game that you looked at as maybe trouble because of the matchup, because of the last couple of years and how Arkansas plays football. So what a great job getting this one done. Now you got, like you said, 2 backup quarterbacks, but those are winnable games. You match up better with those 2 teams than you did with Arkansas. And give Coach Ogeron credit. I mean, he is coaching his butt off along with his assistants, and it's a fun time to watch LSU football right now.
One last thing, thoughts on the boot? It was there when you played. The thing's 175 pounds. LSU was excited to get it. They hadn't really been as excited in the past. They were excited to get it back today.
Yeah, it meant something today. After the way Arkansas went and got it the last 2 years, LSU wanted to make sure they made a statement when they went and got the boot. And this rivalry's kind of making a comeback after Arkansas has had success. There for a while it got into a lull, but now you see this means much to LSU as it does to Arkansas. It used to not be that way. This was Arkansas's game every year. Now LSU's paying attention to this game, and they deserve the boot tonight.
It'll be a good week for you. A lot of Arkansas fans up in Shreveport say now you can talk a little trash.
All week long, I'll be all over it.
And Kendall, this is a rivalry the last few years where the Razorbacks have gotten the best of you, but tonight it was all Tigers.
Oh, yeah. We just try to do our best coming out and being the team that we know we are. And I think we did a pretty good job of that tonight.
Seemed like the boot, which in the years past didn't necessarily always mean as much to LSU, but you guys really wanted it this time.
Right. We went down 2 years in a row. It just felt like it was time. We had to do our best of putting the loss behind us last week and just moving forward to the new opponent, which was Arkansas. And we just had to come out and play good team football.
What did you guys do differently this year versus in years past? Always that hangover effect after the big Alabama game, but this year you guys handled it much better.
Right. We just had a better focus. Starting on Monday, we watched the film of Alabama game, put it behind us, and knew we had a new opponent, another good team to face. So we knew we had to refocus and come out and try to play our best.
What is it that Dave Aranda does that's so good? The defense looks fantastic right now. As offense, since he's come in as defensive coordinator this year, you guys look so in sync.
Yeah, we just thrive on being the best defense, and he does a great job of just working, communicating with us. He never stopped coaching. Even on Saturday, we get coached from Monday through Saturday after the game.
Does he ever smile? I never see him smiling.
Yeah, he smiles. He smiles, and he jokes with us a lot. He keeps the energy positive all the time. Always giving off positive energy. It just making sure we know everything. Just always asking us and questioning us, and just testing our football IQ.
One last thing. You're over there on the sidelines doing your job. How about Darius Geis tonight? He goes for over 250. 2 weeks in a row. 2 of the last 3 weeks, LSU running backs going over 250. Leonard and Darius, talk about those two.
What more would you want from me? From 2 running backs. Them guys just the full package. And I know because I faced them since spring ball and even before that. I've faced them in practice. I know what they're like. They just 2 complete backs. Guys did a wonderful job tonight and carrying the ball, and he's a good one, man. He's a good one.
Congrats on a great performance.
Appreciate it.
Just barely 200 yards passing. What worked for you guys?
You know, we just really stuck to our game plan. You know, we want to be physical up front, you know, and make it easy on the secondary. You know, that's what those guys did. You know, they came up ready to play, you know, ready to play hard, and we just did the same thing. We matched their intensity. You know, they got pressure, forced some bad throws, and forced some, you know, some good coverages that we did. So, you know, we just stuck to our game plan. You know.
The bounce back from a week ago is incredible. I mean, obviously you guys played so well defensively, but the disappointment of the loss, you guys just seem to brush it off.
You know, all week we've been preaching, you know, we're going to come out and we're going to play harder than we did, you know, against Bama, you know, and Arkansas just was the team in the way. You know, we always going to preach to go up the stairs, you know, and that's what we do. We're just going to keep getting more physical, keep dominating more games.
Leonard Fournette and Darius Geis. I mean, it doesn't get any better than those two. Tonight it was Darius' turn. They had the big night, over 250 yards rushing. Leonard went for over a century mark as well. And just those two, it makes it nice for a defense.
Yeah, it makes it great for a defense. You know, if they gonna keep gunning out there, grounding and pounding, and just making those guys work, you know, keeping us, letting us rest, and we're going to go out there and we're going to give them a 3 and out, try to get those guys the ball back because we know they're outstanding playmakers.
Next week, Florida, they call themselves DBU. LSU calls themselves DBU. We'll find out.
We're going to find out. We're going to see. It's going to be a good one. You know, they got to come into Death Valley. I hope they're ready because we are.
Thanks for the time. Today,
Appreciate
the defense just completely shut down Alabama. Arkansas. What made you guys so successful today?
Well, I think everybody had a chip on their shoulder because it was a statement came out that said that Arkansas was the more physical team. So, you know, definitely up front of the defensive line, we came out with energy. You know, we came out with passion, and we just wouldn't be denied.
It seems like in the past, Arkansas has had success against you guys, and a lot's been attributed to that hangover effect of the Alabama game. How was it different this week versus last year? What did you guys do differently?
I'll just say we just was more maturity, and didn't have Coach O to make us just forget about the Alabama game. You know, it was a tough loss, and it definitely helps having Coach Pete Jenkins, too, as the defensive line coach, you know, just making us focus on our technique and things that we could get better on. So, that, you know, that definitely helped a lot, too.
You mentioned Pete. I mean, he's 100 years old, but he's a legend, and you guys just love him. What about him makes him so good?
He just know just how to get the players right. You know, I mean, we don't kill each other at practice, but we do enough, you know, to just to get better. You know, and that's the thing we love about Coach Pete. You know, just had hands and hips. You know, I mean, that's just the main thing we love about Coach Pete.
There's a different feeling around this team, you know, the last few weeks. Even with the loss from a week ago, the confidence level seems like it's real. It's not fake. You guys believe that you're one of the best teams in the country.
We are one of the best teams in the country, and it starts with our defense. You know, our defense is having that energy and that same maturity. You know, each and every week we come out and we dominate. We got to dominate, and it starts up front. Me being a junior, we got Arden Key, we got Greg Gilmore, Louis Neal. You know, those guys just buying each and every day.
Last game of the regular season at home next week. Florida Gators come to town. A lot of story to that. The game was canceled. It was moved. It's a big one.
We on one. They canceled the game on us, so we on one. It'll be a physical ball game. We're going to start up front with the D-line and offensive line, and we on the game.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
100. What's it like blocking for these guys, knowing that you ain't got to hold them real long?
I mean, it's great, you know, knowing that you give them a little crease and, you know, they're going to hit it. You know, you never know where those guys are. You know, the play might be going to the right, but, you know, they end up on the left side of the field. So you always got to be prepared to make the block for those guys because you never know what's going to happen.
95 to the house. Those plays are special, you know, and Darius took it the distance. I mean, you always expect somebody to catch him, and he just blew by him.
Right, yeah, but he's a really fast guy. You know, I was on the field when that play happened, and I saw him going down the sideline, and I knew no one was going to catch him. You know, he's the guy who worked really hard on, you know, on his speed and, you know, being able to pull away from guys in his showing.
It wasn't a big pass tonight for you guys, you know, but you were able to pass successfully, over 50% pass, and had a touchdown through the air. This wasn't one of those games where the passing was necessarily needed, but it'll be there in the future. Big bounce back, though, for the offense from a week ago.
Right. I mean, it's a confidence booster, you know, knowing that, you know, we can go from what we did last week to this. So moving forward, you know, we just have to use this game, you know, look at our mistakes and keep it going.
When you looked at the film last week against Alabama, was there any one particular thing that kind of stood out the most for you, that the reason for all the troubles?
We just didn't execute well last week, you know, and that's something we harped on practice this week, coming out, starting fast and executing, and we did that tonight, you know, and it showed on the scoreboard.
21 points in the first half, definitely did that. Now you got Florida next week. I mean, it's a big game. Had a lot of storylines this year. You're supposed to play in the Swamp. Now you get them in Death Valley.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game, and the whole team is looking forward to that game. You know, it's a big rival for us. It's a big game. You know, LSU versus Florida. You know, it's DBU versus DBU supposedly. So, you know, we're gonna have to get in, have a good week of practice, and get ready for them next week.
one last thing. It's going to be senior night next week, and, that's always special. And have you allowed yourself to think about that?
I thought about it a little bit. First, it wasn't as big of a game, and now it's a really big game. It's important to our season. So, that's something I kind of thought about, but, I wasn't really thinking about it until just now. I was trying to stay focused on each opponent, and now that it's here, I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, knowing that it's the last time I'll play in Death Valley, but I'll go out and do my best.
Well, good luck next week. We'll be watching.
Thank you.
There you have it. Some good stuff from Ronnie Rance. Jacob Hester, you say he lost a little weight.
Yeah, it looks terrific. Get out of that league and get back to reality.
Guys get out of the league, and they're different sizes when you see them after that. Of course, the weight training probably goes down or away.
The diet changes considerably.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a little break. We'll come back. We got more for you, including Leonard Fournette. Still to come here on Tigers Roar. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans. PelicanSportsTV.com. Stay with us.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We want you. Immediately after the LSU game, it's Pelican Sports post-game show with Tommy Chrysan and Buddy Sanji. We'll have reports from the stadium, statistics, and game analysis. Your phone calls and text messages are welcome. The Pelican Sports post-game show right after the LSU game on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house. The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions Now.
Call 800-404-0966. 800-404-0966.
Friends, family, and community in surrounding parishes who have lost vehicles due to the flood. North American Auto Group is here to help. We have discounted over 400 pre-owned vehicles with no water damage. In addition, we have lenders offering disaster relief financing programs. We will also help you with your insurance and GAP claims. Shop online at NorthAmericanAutoGroup.com or visit us at one of our 4 locations in Baton Rouge and Gonzales. North American Auto Group. We make it easy.
Here at Rejuva-Me Medical, we strive to accomplish a more youthful you. We specialize in the most advanced techniques of testosterone replacement therapy in men, bioidentical hormone replacement in women, IV therapy, and nutritional support, along with the state-of-the-art cosmetics procedures. Experience a network of trainers and health coaches offering diet and nutritional plans tailored to you. Call us today to schedule your free consultation to discuss your individual needs and goals. Look like you live younger.
Accord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Accord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including Optimap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Accord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Accord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. Beautiful views of Cypress Lake. 1, 2, 3-bedroom apartments are available. Stop by and see Cypress Lake Apartments. Give them a call at 225-293-6789 or visit online, cypresslake-apartments.net.
Once again, we tell you about WUBR, CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. Great mixture of local and national stuff. Home of the Jim Rome Show from CBS Sports Radio. Jordy Hultberg, Buddy Sanji, myself, Dave Scandaliato on Friday afternoons. Carlos Brown on the weekends with Ken Trahan's Original Prep Report. Louisiana Tech, first place in their division in Conference USA. It's on the smartphones. Get the TuneIn app. Search WUBR, the computers, the tablets. 24/7, all sports all the time. WUBR, CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. We simulcast the post-game show there, so do check it out. Jordy, we mentioned it. The Saints have been around for 50 years. They've found some crazy ways to lose games. They found yet another one. We want to show you this video with the block extra point. Comments from Sean Payton and Drew Brees, and then Jordy and I will comment on it. Here's some stuff from the Saints lost to the Denver Broncos this past Sunday in the Superdome.
They traveled the 75 yards in 88 seconds. Rookie kicker. And it's blocked. Simmons blocked it. Running back with it is Parks. Down the sideline. Parks takes it all the way back. Takes the lead at 25-23.
Unbelievable. Simmons, you said it, timed it perfectly and jumped over the center to make the block.
The Saints on the sideline are certain. They're pointing down. They think Parks stepped out. Somewhere near the 40. Watch Simmons leap. It's the old Bobby Wagner play from Seattle. Let's see if Parks steps out.
It was close. I didn't see him, though.
We've had tough losses, and the sky's not falling today. I think the key is we have a quick turnaround, quick week, so it's important it doesn't affect the next game.
What was the defensive play? Do you think if you guys are able to get off the field in the third and long situation, game staying defensive confidence?
You mean stay on the field offensively? I mean, I thought the defense played well. I thought we offensively early in the game struggled on third down, but I thought, look, they made some plays, but man, we handled, it seemed like a lot of the game was spent on our side of the 50, and that's a result of the turnovers. Say it again?
You clearly made some adjustments at halftime. I mean, to face that defense. What were some of those?
Well, one of the challenges, they do a good job playing their man-to-man scheme. You really got to get into some tight looks formationally to create some leverage. When we were able to do that, we had some success. If you spread out, it's a little bit more challenging. Yeah, like you said, I thought it appeared to me, based on watching the game, that he was doing well. But we'll have a chance to see it quickly and then move on. Last question. I thought it was important. We were able to disrupt the quarterback some. In a lot of areas, when we watched the tape, we did enough things, or enough good things to give us a chance to win, and yet enough things that kept us from winning. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, shoot. Still in disbelief a little bit. Especially when you score at the end, you think that's I don't want to say the game winner, but listen, it puts us up by a point, and then hey, let's see what happens, and the minute the guy jumped over and it got blocked and their guy grabbed it, there was nobody to catch him, and so at that point I'm just thinking, all right, we're going to get the ball back in minute 22. We got time. Go down and get a field goal and win it again. But yeah, it's man, it's tough.
tough to play a game like that on both sides of the ball and fight the way that we all did, and then for it to come down to something like that. I mean, listen, great play, great individual play by 31, their safety, who jumped over and blocked it, and then obviously the caravan to the end zone. But hate to see a game like that come down to just a simple play.
Saints lose.
Got to forget about that one. They got Carolina Thursday night.
Quick turnaround.
Thursday night.
All right, you're a Saints. You've been around like me ever since the Saints started. Thursday night, the color rush game. Saints are wearing all white jerseys and white pants. To your knowledge, have the Saints ever worn all white? I know they've worn white pants. Years ago under Hank Stram, he wanted white pants.
I think Archie Manning may have back in the day.
But I don't think they went white.
I don't know. I can't recall.
One of you guys in New Orleans are going to help us out there. But anyway,
I think that's going to look cool. I bet it looks cool.
Oh, I like all white uniform.
Don't wear white shoes, though, because white out of bounds marker.
Huh?
White shoes Johnson, man.
No, they're going to put chips in everybody's shoe, and then they put a laser beam. And I mean, I guess you're never going to take the human element
now the
out of it. Even with replay, you don't take the human element
Now
out
they're going to have to get a 6'10" center to learn how to snap the ball,
pop up, and then get back down so the kick doesn't take the back of his head off, right?
I mean, they're going to have to come up with another specialist in the NFL.
A tall.
How do these things all of a sudden pop up? Where has that rule been for all the years of the NFL? Just now.
These teams have stuff up their sleeve, like the 49ers with the 3 intentional holding penalties against the Saints. That worked. Saints got a field goal and not a shot at the end zone. This thing, Belichick a few years ago with the way he substituted the tackles and the tight ends or whatever, and bent the rule a little bit. Didn't break the rule, just pushed that envelope right to the edge. And
Dinka did it with the fridge, baby.
I think all of these teams, they have that couple of things for if the timing's right. Like Billy Martin with the pine tar bat with George Brett. He wasn't going to say anything about that in June or July. He waited to the playoff time when it mattered.
Can the center be in a position where he's standing up with his hand on the ball and to the side and snap it that way?
Yeah.
Well, that's what they need to do.
I don't think you have to snap it through your legs.
I don't think you have to.
It's encouraged, but I don't think you have to.
And that way they can't block those anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know in high school
how do you lose
do
that game? Gee. And Atlanta loses. Saints would have been a game out of first. A game out of first. Now they're 2 games back.
Oh, man. All right, hey. Again, the original airing's Wednesday night. If you're catching a replay on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, we will get to Leonard Fournette. Don't worry, we're going to get to this beautiful fried turkey from Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. Address? 12341.
No, I can't. I forgot. I'm just thinking
Jefferson,
of this.
Right down from
Old Jefferson Highway.
Tremonti's.com's got all the information.
12451.
We're going to come back with more of Tigers Roar. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Krysan, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com.
I wanted to put the little doilies on this, but he wouldn't do it.
What?